Hola, 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 everybody. Hola, 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 hermosas. Welcome back to another episode of Mujer de Exito, Unbounded. I am your host, Marti Angel. Today, we are going to unpack your energy, tu energía, your energy as your most valuable currency. See, I want you to trust your own intuition. And this is a conversation that's going to show you how. So this is a conversation you don't want to miss. If you're watching me on the Coach Marti Angel YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so that you never miss an episode. Once a week, we go live on Wednesdays, and it drops on the audio wherever you listen to your favorite shows on Fridays. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's dive into today's episode, which is your energy is your currency. Okay, hermosas. I want to start with a question for you. When was the last time you truly felt alive in your work? Not just busy, not just productive, but genuinely lit up like you were doing what was exactly the thing that you were made to be doing, that you had more love, more energy, more of everything inside of you to give everything, to give it everything. If that feels like it was a long time ago, or if you're struggling to even remember that feeling, this episode is for you. We talk a lot about management. We talk about money management. Pero nadie nos enseña. Nobody really teaches us how to manage our energy. And I believe this is one of the biggest reasons so many brilliant, talented, driven mujeres hit a wall and wonder, ¿Qué pasó? What happened? Right? So here's what I know to be true. And I want you to hear me. Your energy is your currency. It is the resource that makes everything else possible. Your creativity, your clarity, your confidence, your ability to lead, your ability to love, your ability to serve, all of it flows from your energy. Y cuando, hermosas chulas, cuando se te acaba, when it all runs out, nothing else works. Nada sirve. Not the strategy, not the content calendar, not the beautiful offer you spent months creating, not that launch that was going to make you the big money. So today, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the 3 ways most mujerpreneurs, myself included, have learned to leak our power without even realizing it, right? Okay, are you ready? Grab your cafecito. For me, I'm going to grab my agüita. And let's see. The first one is people-pleasing disguised as generosity. Yeah. There is a difference between giving because you want to and giving because you're afraid. Cuando damos desde el miedo, when we give from fear, what happens is when we give from fear of disappointing someone, fear from being seen as selfish, fear of showing off, fear of conflict, we walk away empty every single time. Real generosity flows from overflow, which means you have to fill yourself up first. It's not selfish. It is survival. And honestly, it's the only way you can give sustainably. You see, that is so important. The second energy leak is Perfectionism disguised as high standards. I know. And let me tell you how I know. I know because I've been there. And it still creeps up on me. This one really gets me. Yes. The course that just needs a few more tweaks, the email sitting in the drafts, the idea living in your journal instead of in the world. Hermosas, chulas, perfectionism is fear with better branding. Let me repeat that. Perfectionism is fear with better branding. And it is silently draining the energy and the momentum you need to actually build the thing you came here to build. Done with heart, done with intention, done imperfectly, that always beats done never. Siempre, right? All right, let's go to the next one. The third leak. The third leak is comparison. Comparison, okay? So it's so important for you to understand that the third leak is comparison, disguised as motivation. Oh my goodness. It is disguised as motivation. Yes, it is. The third leak is disguised as motivation. Right? So watching what other mujeres are doing and measuring yourself against them, hermosas, chulas, that's not what you're supposed to be doing, right? When you watch other mujeres doing and measuring yourself against them, it's one of the fastest ways to drain your energía, to drain your creativity well dry. I know. Like I said before, I have been there. I have been there. And it's so crazy because, yes, I have been where you are, where I thought, everything was cool and everything was going to go just the way that I wanted it to. And what happens? Nada, man, nada, right? So remember, the first one was people-pleasing disguised as generosity. And the second leak was perfectionism disguised as high standards. And that's the one we're still on, and that's the one that gets me. Ooh, yes. Think about this. Silently draining your energy and the momentum you actually need to build what you came here to build. When you do it with heart. You do it with intention. You do it imperfectly. That always beats doing it never. So remember that. Now let's go to the third one. The third leak is comparison disguised as motivation. Okay, so we have 3 now. This is the third one. Yeah, comparison disguised as motivation. Watching other women and doing what it is that we think we should do to be like them. When you're measuring yourself up against somebody else, besides the fact that you drain your creativity, you are destined to fall flat on your face. So I know I've been there. I've done that. I used to tell myself, híjole, this is kind of hard. I used to tell myself I was staying informed when what I was really doing was slowly convincing myself that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't worthy. Sometimes I still find myself not wanting to speak up because I don't want to, because I think that other people don't want to hear what I have to say, and that's BS, right? You know that. I know that. But sometimes this person in here doesn't know that, right? Now, here's the part I really want you to take with you today. I want you to take this with. Protecting your energy is not about, not about becoming distant or unavailable. No, it's about becoming intellectually intentional. It's about asking before commitment, before every scroll, before every yes. Esto me suma o me resta? Does this add or take away from me? That's a question you really need to ponder. Because when you start living that question, everything shifts, hermosa. Everything shifts, right? And so it's so important that, that you realize that it's so important that you take time for yourself, right? Take time for yourself. Now, here's the part I really want you to take in with you today, and the part that just makes it so much that I want you to protect your energy, because protecting your energy is not about being selfish. It's about becoming protective of you. It's not about becoming distant. It's not about becoming unavailable. It's about really, truly becoming intentional. It's about asking before every commitment, before every scroll, before every yes. Like I said before, you have to ask yourself this one self-coaching question that is so incredibly important. Will this action, will this email, will this conversation, will this add to me, or will it take away from me? Esto me suma o me resta? And then you have to really go down deep inside and listen for that question, for that answer to that question. Because, hermosas chulas, the truth of the matter is, when you start living with that self-coaching question that I just gave you, things begin to shift. Everything shifts. Your creativity comes back online. Your joy comes back to you. Your business starts to feel like yours again. It starts to feel like, okay, I can't wait to get to my computer, or okay, I can't wait to get to my office, or okay, I can't wait to drive to work today. It's like something you're running toward instead of something you're running from. Because let me share with you, hermosa, chula, tú, mujer hermosa, chula, you were not built to burn out quietly, hermosa. Now let me whisper it so that you can hear it. You were not built to burn out quietly. You were built to show up fully. You were built to lead with clarity and to build something that outlasts you. But that version of you requires fuel. She requires care. She requires that you treat your energy like the precious, infinite, irreplaceable resource that it is. Hermosa, you need to take care of you. As a Latina, we're not taught to take care of us. We take care of everybody else before we take care of ourselves. But I'm here to give you permission to begin to take care of you, to begin to take care of where you are, to begin to be able to see that you are not lazy, that you were meant for more. Like I said before, you were not built to burn out quietly, hermosa. You were built to show up fully. And sometimes that takes a lot more energy than not showing up at all. And that's so important for you to understand. You see, because that beautiful woman, she requires care. She requires that you treat her energy with love, with precious, finite, irreplaceable resources, because that's what that is. You see, let me repeat that sentence. Let me repeat this again. It's so critically important that you really listen. You were not built to burn out quietly, hermosa. You were built to show up fully. You were built to lead with clarity. You were built to build something that outlasts you. You were built to leave a legacy, even if that legacy is your one child. You were built to be the best version of you. And that best version of you requires fuel. She requires care. She requires that you treat your energy like the precious, finite, irreplaceable resource that it truly is. Hermosas, chulas, I know that you've been doom scrolling, and I want to say to you, before you begin to doom scroll, before you begin to think about the bad stuff, take a deep breath and look around you. Everything around you is a gift. And maybe, just maybe, you can stand with your arms open, your heart open, look up to the sky and say, I am thankful for everything I have, for all that I am, and all that I'm about to become. This week, hermosa chula, this week coming forward, especially as we're walking into weekends and things like that, this week I want to give you one practice. You know me. You know me, the educator, always giving homework, always making sure that you understand. But before I go there, if you're still listening to me on the Coach Marti Angel YouTube channel, thank you for being here. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. If you're still with me, more power to you. And if you're listening to me more on the podcast show, whatever platform you're listening to me, gracias por estar aquí. I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you, my watchers and my listeners. But let's talk about the essence of this week. This week coming up, I want to give you one practice, just one. For the next 7 mornings, every morning before you look at your phone, before you check your emails, before you open the apps, I want you to take 5 minutitos, 5 minutes that belong only to you. I want you to breathe, get still, set an intention for how you want to feel today, not just what you want to accomplish, but what you want to feel today. Why? Because those 5 minutes, mujeres hermosas, chulas, those 5 minutes are an investment in the most important asset in your negocio. Do you know what the most important asset in your negocio is? It's you. Eres tú. Yes, Those of you that know the words and know the song, sing with me. Eres tú. So this week, get still. Set an intention for how you want to feel, not just what you want to accomplish. Because that investment of 5 minutes is an investment in the most important asset in your business. Tú eres la cosa más importante en tu negocio. You are the most important asset in your business, mujeres hermosas, chulas. It's so incredibly important that you hear me, that you understand me, right? Okay, so before we close, let me give back. Let me go back and give you the 3 things. Let's recap. I want to show you I want to show you. You can't see me. And if you can see me, whoo, say hi. But here's what I want you to do. The 3 things that I gave you to do today, I want you to make sure that you do them today. Start each day with a question, with a self-coaching question. And if you're not starting each day with a self-coaching question, then start with a little prayer, a little breathing. Happiness is what makes us healthy. So do your best to try to harness that happiness every single day. Every single day. All right, hermosas, chulas, if this episode helped you or this episode awakened something in you, or it made you question something, then I invite you to pass it forward. Share this episode with another mujerpreneur who could use encouragement, who could use clarity, who could use a gentle reminder that she's not walking this journey solita. No. ¿Por qué? Because when we lift each other up, we all rise. You see, we've got to realize that. So, hermosas chulas, remember that. Juntas podemos más. We will gain more in this world by collaborating than we will with competing. And truly, the best collaborators are usually women because we are nurturers. So, hermosas, like I said before, if this episode helped you in any way, please share it out. Share it out. And be sure to subscribe and tap that bell down here so you never miss an episode. I'm here every Wednesday on the Mujer de Exito Unbounded podcast. And remember, Mujer de Exito Unbounded podcast is a podcast where we get raw, we get real, we get a lot of coaching, we get a lot of mindset mastery, we get lots of things. So don't miss our once a week conversations. And if you're listening to this podcast on your favorite platform, make sure to download the episode because a lot of people don't understand that the algorithm works when they see the downloads, people downloading the episodes. So make sure to download the episode, look in the show notes for the special links that I have for you. And if you have any questions, find me or drop your comment in the description below. Tag me, because I still answer everything personally. All right? So find me on Substack, find me on LinkedIn, find me on Instagram, find me on my blog, the Marti Angel blog. Just find me, say hello. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Gracias por estar aquí. I'm so incredibly grateful. Les dejo un fuerte abrazo, muchos besitos y un fuerte abrazo. This is Marti Angel signing off saying thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.